Hello, uh, Jerry, and I'm back. I know it's been a little while since my last video, and in my last video, I discussed a lot that was going on, and I've had about a week, I guess, to to really just sit back and experience the aftermath of me just completely opening up about what was going on. And I had spoken probably more privately to people about all that. And it actually started in therapy. And what I've noticed is, therapy is a wonderful thing. It really is. If you can find the right person, if you can get the right fit, to have that safe space to be able to talk about things. And, hopefully it's in a safe atmosphere where there's a feeling of trust, and you can just make yourself as vulnerable as you want for that reason, because that person who you're talking to is a paid listener, and that's what they do. And if you can find a therapist that's a good fit, that makes you feel comfortable, and that can give you the proper treatment, that's awesome. That's just amazing. So, well, if I would have waited about 30 seconds, you wouldn't hear the cuckoo clock, but I'm going to let it go anyway. So what I said to a couple close friends who are watching my videos, that, if there's any advice that, you thought would help me, please let me know. Hey, I'm open for suggestion. I'm wide open for suggestion, because this is something I'm just starting out doing. So I did get some advice from a very close friend, and the advice was, you should trim your mustache. So that's what I did, and it grew back a little bit since then. And I've got a couple little hair right there that I'm looking at that's bothering me a little bit. So hopefully it's not bothering you. And I'll try to clean it up a little better next time. So thanks for the advice. So a little while ago, I had written, and I posted it on I got a little blog on my website. And anybody who's been looking at my website, I have not been paying attention to it at all. And this is what I've been focusing on. And the website has been pretty stagnant. And I have no idea how to build a website. I pretty much paid and got paid assistance on what I got so far. But I don't want to pay any more money to do something I might figure out on my own. So that's a work in progress, but I really have not been paying much attention to it. I've gotten a decent amount of traffic to the website, but as far as the website monetizing itself, it hasn't at all. So there's a lot of people who scroll through it that look at it, but and I hope they get something out of it, because I have a little blog on there and stuff like that. And so hopefully they're getting something out of it. That's what I hope. And I'll continue to work on that, if I can find somebody that can help me out, and stuff like that. And anyway, so I wrote a little something that I was on the blog on my website that I want to talk about today. And I entitled it, If You Had a Choice. And I wrote this in the beginning of June, so it's been like a month and a half. And so I'm just going to start reading, and then I'll talk about it. If you had a choice. As we go through life, we are presenting ourselves to people we know and meet. What exactly is happening when we do that? We are constantly using our senses to monitor what's happening. If we're with people we know and feel comfortable around, there doesn't seem to be much to be concerned about. This may be a close family member, longtime friend, or just somebody you feel comfortable with. In other words, in my opinion, we don't feel like we're being judged. Some people, or perhaps most people, care very much about what other people think. My objective is to figure out My objective is not to figure out why. It's to learn and accept and love ourselves in the truest and purest form exactly the way we are, unconditionally. How can we do that? I think by not believing the voices pointing out our flaws. What are our flaws? Is it what others think? Is it what we think? Or is it what we think others think? Talk about the enemy within. Why do we have these internal conversations? Does everyone have them? If so, to what degree, and what's the purpose of having them in the first place? How do we silence these voices? My experience is you can't. What you can do is stop believing what the voices are telling you. How? By rejecting the idea that there's something wrong with you. There may be things you want to change about yourself. Remember, they're things. They aren't you. You're perfect, and there's nothing wrong with you. Once you accept that fact and stop believing the voices, internal and external, that are lying to you, you can map out a future beyond your wildest dreams. Show the world the you that you are, and not a version of the you want them to believe you are. Love yourself unconditionally. So, that takes on a lot more meaning now than when I actually wrote it. And it's dated on here, June 1st rather, of this year. So a month and a half ago. And like I said, from the things that I've talked about and that I've unburdened myself with over the past week, this takes on a whole lot of meaning than when I actually wrote it. And I don't like to put a whole lot of, my personal religious beliefs or my personal political beliefs or stuff like that into what I'm doing here, because I want to try to keep it as simple as I can, and make sure that I'm trying to be relatable to as many people as I can. And if I put all sorts of filters on here and, the things I believe and don't believe and my opinions and stuff like that, then, I don't, that's not where I want this discussion to go. Where I want this discussion to go is, I'm feeling more and more comfortable in talking about myself and experiencing the effect of these things and not carry them around anymore, and being fearful of what others going to think. But the thing is, these things are me because they happened to me. Whether it was something that was done to me, whether I brought it on, whether it was a result of choices that I made in the past, or stuff that I didn't have any control over because of what people chose to do to me. But it is part of me, and for me to hide that and to protect that part of my life and not use it to define who I am to move forward is it isn't good. So when I and I'll say we, but me, I'm speaking for myself. But what I like to call it is taking this stuff and just taking it out of me and putting it under a light to sanitize it and take it from a dark place, because that's where it was. The stuff that happened to me, the choices that I made, and the experiences that I went through, and how I was handling that stuff, I kept tucked away in a very, very, very dark place inside my body, and it was eating away at me, and so I chose to just put light on it. Just put light. Take it from a dark place to a light place, and sanitize it. And whatever happened. But I got rid of it. And so when I say, and the reason why I was saying I don't want to put my political beliefs, my religious, but where I mention here that where it says you're perfect and there's nothing wrong with you. I believe that because we are all created in the image of God. So there is a very, very perfect part of us, and it's that part. And we have to trust that part. And we need to find that bravery to just sanitize. That is the best word that I could use, because when it festers inside our body, when it stays inside our brain, when it stays inside our heart, when it stays inside everything that we are, and then we base our life on protecting stuff that we're keeping in darkness, and just sanitizing it, putting light on it, and then it's freaking scary at first, man. It sucks. And to be stuck in that cycle of trying to deal with something because you're protecting it, and then the emotion that goes with that, the things you'll do to escape the voices and the things that you're telling yourself, these voices that are telling you need an escape. So the secret things that we do, the things we do in darkness, the things we do with a dark shroud over us, just to be able to escape the thoughts and the voices. And it's either escape from these things to get temporary relief, or the other alternative is, dare I say it, end it. And sadly, that's what happens. That's what happens. And I'm so grateful to the response I got when I just imagined for so many years that if people found out this this secret life that I was living, that would be the worst thing that could ever happen in my life. And that's not what happened. And so it's actually just the opposite. So I am now doing what I'm called to do, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. And I so much appreciate the support. It's been amazing. So thank you, everybody. And this is coming so easy now. It really is. I'm so focused on what I want to do now, what I need to do, and my income right now is a small retirement that I get every month, and to make ends meet, I go out and I I'll do DoorDash and to meet my bills, and I'm figuring out, and it's at the end of the month I always have what I need because I'm working at it, and whatever what I'm doing now leads me to, I know it's only going to lead me to a good place because I'm keeping things sanitized. I'm not putting anything in darkness. I'm not putting shade on anything anymore. I'm not going to do that, and I hope that it's making a difference in people that are hearing it and listening to it. So so this is what I'm going to keep doing. And one thing I am going to get into a little bit is my job, the corrections. There's a lot of things that I want to get off my chest about the last my why I retired and stuff like that. So I just got to figure out how I want to do that, but I'm going to do it because I think it needs to be said. And please, if you can just subscribe. I'm on YouTube and Rumble, and I like Rumble a lot better because I feel like YouTube, I'm in a tiny fish in a huge ocean, and Rumble just seems to be a little bit more intimate for right now. And what I do eventually want to do is do a live episode. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And hey, we got to stop somewhere. And every once in a while, I watch my very first video. I mean, not the whole thing, but I'll start it out, and I think I'm doing a little bit better each one. I'm feeling definitely a lot more comfortable, and I'll trim the mustache a little better. And you who said that, thank you. And I guess that's about it. So please subscribe, especially to the Rumble channel, and the YouTube too. I don't want to knock YouTube, but I think Rumble's just a little bit more friendly, and that's where I'll be doing my live channel and just to see what happens. And what else? So I guess that's it. And there was more that I want to say. I just can't think of it right now. And one thing I can't stand is when I feel like I'm starting to get boring, and I don't want to get boring. So I'm going to end it there. Please subscribe. Please like if you like it. If you want to give me a, if you want to give me a boom, give me a boom. So whatever it is that you feel. And I invite advice, criticism. If something I can do better, please. And there's not much I can do about the quality of the video because all I got is my laptop. I don't have some studio. I'm in my living room, in my chair, as you can see, in the corner of the living room, and that's where I do this. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it more and more every day. So God bless you all. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, hit the notification bell, smash it, do it, whatever. And God bless you. And stay tuned for more. Okay? Love you. Bye.